Dear brothers and sisters, have you ever felt a sudden shiver, as if someone gently touched your shoulder? Or maybe you sensed a loving presence beside you in moments of solitude. How many times have you wondered if your deceased loved ones are really far away, or if in some mysterious way, they are still close to you? Today, I want to take you on an extraordinary journey through incredible testimonies from saints and mystics who have had direct experiences with the souls in purgatory. These stories not only open our eyes to what happens after death, but also show us how we can help these souls and how, in turn, they can intercede for us. Imagine being able to reach out to your departed loved ones, alleviating their suffering and accelerating their entrance into eternal light. Imagine receiving signs of love and protection from them. Isn't that a wonderful thought? Yet, this connection between us and the souls in purgatory is more real than we think. Throughout the centuries, many saints and mystics have had visions and encounters with the souls in purgatory. These experiences give us a unique glimpse into this spiritual reality. Saint Catherine of Genoa tells us in her Treatise on Purgatory that the souls are immersed in a fire of love. It's not a fire that destroys, but one that purifies. The souls suffer because they long for God, but know they are not yet ready for His presence. Padre Pio of Pietrelcina, the saint with the stigmata, had frequent visits from souls in purgatory. One night, while praying in a church, he saw a young friar dusting the altar. Surprised, he asked who he was. The friar replied that he was a soul from purgatory, paying a penance for having neglected that altar while he was alive. He asked Padre Pio to pray for him. After offering masses and prayers, Padre Pio had the consolation of seeing him ascend to heaven. Saint Faustina Kowalska, known as the Apostle of Divine Mercy, had a vision of purgatory in which she saw souls in a state of great suffering, yet full of hope. She wrote in her diary, "The souls suffer intensely, but the grace of God sustains them. They pray fervently but cannot help themselves. Only we can ease their pains with our prayers." But how do these souls contact us? Often they do so through small signs that can easily go unnoticed if we are not attentive. I recall the story of a woman who, after the sudden death of her husband, began finding coins in unusual places around the house. Whenever she felt sad or worried, a coin would appear on her path. Convinced it was a sign, she began praying for her husband. Over time, her sadness turned to peace, feeling that her prayers had helped her husband find the light. The souls in purgatory cannot help themselves. They need our prayers, masses offered for them, and acts of charity done in their name. This is not just an act of mercy, but a way to strengthen the bond of love that unites us. We can help them by praying the rosary or specific prayers for the souls in purgatory. Having masses celebrated for the deceased is the greatest gift we can offer. Performing acts of kindness in their name and taking advantage of plenary indulgences offered by the Church, especially in the month of November dedicated to the deceased. Don't think this is a one-sided relationship. The souls in purgatory, once they reach heaven, become powerful intercessors for us. Saint Teresa of Avila said, "I have always obtained more graces from the souls in purgatory than from the saints in heaven." A friend of mine told me that she had prayed intensely for a deceased relative. One day, while facing a difficult situation, she felt a comforting presence beside her. Shortly after, the situation was resolved unexpectedly. She was convinced it was the intercession of her loved one now in heaven. A recurring theme in the experiences of mystics is the importance of forgiveness. Maria Sima, an Austrian mystic of the 20th century, recounted meeting a soul who suffered greatly because, in life, she had not forgiven an offense. Only through prayers and the act of forgiveness by the offended person could that soul find peace. This teaches us that resentment not only poisons our lives, but can also have consequences in the afterlife. Forgiveness is liberating, for us and for others. Purgatory is not a place of punishment, but of purification. It is the last step before entering eternal joy. St. Francis de Sales described it as a sweet suffering, because the souls know they are destined for eternal happiness. Living as if God does not exist, ignoring his laws of love, distances us from grace. Materialism, selfishness, pride are obstacles that can have repercussions after death. Saint Veronica Giuliani had visions of souls suffering for having wasted their lives on vain things. This reminds us of the importance of living with awareness, seeking what is truly essential. How can we be more open to the presence of these souls? Here are some suggestions. Regularly receive the sacraments, especially confession and the Eucharist. Pray attentively, as maintaining constant dialogue with God opens the heart to spiritual realities. Be mindful of signs. Sometimes small events can be signals of their presence. Cultivate charity. A heart open to love is more sensitive to the needs of others, including those of the souls. Let's not remain indifferent. We can make a difference in the lives of the souls and, at the same time, enrich our own. Visit cemeteries. A simple but powerful gesture, especially in the month of November. Offer sacrifices. Small daily sacrifices can be offered for the souls. Share these truths. Talk to friends and family about the importance of praying for the deceased. I want to share with you a story that deeply touched me. A man, after tragically losing his son, fell into despair. One night, he dreamed of his son who said, "Dad, don't worry about me. Your prayers are helping me reach the light." Upon waking, the man felt a peace he hadn't felt in a long time. From that day on, he began praying daily for the souls in purgatory, finding comfort and hope. To the young people watching, don't think these stories are just for the elderly or those near death. Spiritual reality concerns all of us, regardless of age. You are the future of the church and the world. Cultivate your faith, be curious, seek the truth. You will find a joy that no one can take from you. Dear friends, life is a precious gift. Every day is an opportunity to love, forgive, and draw closer to God. The testimonies of saints and mystics show us that we are not alone on this journey. The souls in purgatory reach out to us, eager to be helped and ready to help us. Let's not let this opportunity pass us by. Today, let's start praying for them. Offer a prayer, a mass, an act of charity. And when we feel that gentle whisper in our hearts, we'll know it's not a coincidence, but a sign of love that crosses time and space. Let us know in the comments what you think and share your stories. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to stay updated. Together, we walk in faith and hope. May God bless us all.